We just people from the north side. Once the Timmy's hit the shore fine. Winter ready on the four ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side. Once the Timmy's hit the shore fine. Winter ready on the four ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your host, your boy George McKay, and I'm here with the Warrior Wrestling Champion of the World, the blessed one, Casey Navarro. How are you, sir?
I'm blessed, brother.
I like that.
There you go.
So I actually got to ask this because I know my daughter, the mini host, in her 5 questions she asked. Your time at MLW.
Yeah.
I have a side podcast that I do called the MLW Rewind, and we talked a lot about MLW. Talked a lot mainly about all the great people that they bring into that roster. Even if it's short term or long term, they keep evolving with when they lose bodies and when they gain bodies.
Sure.
What do you think about a company like that is consistently evolving throughout their tenure? Even though they were shut down for 4 or 5 years, coming back in this second round, they seem to be just getting stronger and stronger when people move on and they bring new talent in.
They do a good job of it. They're really good at developing talent. You know, my time there was very short. I wasn't there a very long time. But what they've done for other people, like Myron Reed, for example, they developed him great, and now he left, and now they're going to bring in more talent. Like I know, like Akira's there now, right?
Akira's there,
and Akira's probably
there.
They're all going to kill it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's their time, and you know, MLW knows what they're doing when it comes to that. So I trust them with that, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
What about working with Real One? How was that like?
It was good. I mean, I've known Real One for a while. I would hang out with him and go to his boxing gym in like 2020. And to have that little stint with him was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, no, it was actually one of the funnest storylines. I feel like in that storyline though, there wasn't really enough of a chance to really develop what could have been predominantly a great battle. And I feel like missed opportunities with, again, you mentioned Myron Reed. I think you and Myron Reed, you and Leo Rush, I think there was something special there that I don't think was captured on.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, it's out of my control. I'm blessed to do what I'm doing now.
Absolutely.
You know, I've opened up a lot of doors and created a lot of opportunities since then. I'm a world champion now, so
It's a big deal.
I'm blessed. I'm doing all right now.
Absolutely. I got to say that Warrior Wrestling was really awesome. I love the fact that every time somebody does capture the world title over there, they're kind of allowed to put their own creativity into their belts, because this is not the first time I've seen their championship belt evolve with their champion.
Yeah.
What is it like to kind of work with a company that's like, hey, listen, you're the top guy. You're the guy that's going to carry us forward. You're now the face. Go ahead and be creative with everything from your belt to whatever else you can do. It must be great to have that really real control on creativity.
It's great. They let me control everything I want to do. They trusted me since day one of coming in, and I was nobody when I showed up there, and I wound up beating Will Ospreay. You know, it went really quick. Well, it wasn't Will Ospreay. It was actually Brian Pillman Jr., but Will Ospreay was still in the match. He was still in the match, so he still lost, right? But yeah, they let me do whatever I want. You know, when I had the idea of turning the belt pink, they were all for it. And that was all me, man. Like, I didn't want their help. I didn't want them to pay for it. It was all me. It was my idea. And ever since I did that, I was like, I'm going to go on a Bless the World tour, and I'm going to defend it all over. And they were like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, I am. And then I was like, I'm going to take it to Australia, and I'm going to defend it. Because when Ospreay had it, you know, he took it to the Tokyo Dome, but he never defended it. And it's like, when you defend a title in a different country, that makes it the world title.
Absolutely.
I can bring this, I can go on vacation anywhere. It doesn't make it a world title, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So when I took it to Australia and I started defending it, and then Destiny hit me up and I'm defending it tonight, you know, it's a big deal for me because, you know, I'm only 23 years old. And for me to do this at 23 and about to be 8 years in the business, it's really cool. And I'm blessed that Warrior trusts me enough to do that.
Absolutely. Now, that's crazy when you think about it. Only 23, but 8 years in the business. Yeah. That's insane when you hear about it. Like, there's only a few names that come to mind, started as young as you. One that I think you would have a banger match, I don't know if you two have ever faced, TJP.
100%. I was thinking the same person.
TJP, again, started 14, 15 like yourself, progressed, and look at the skill set now. I mean, if you were to have that match with TJP, what kind of match would you guys do? I believe that you should do an Iron Man match, because I think that's the only fitting way for the two of you to really throw down.
I'm with that. Either that or a last man standing and just see who drops. It's one of those two. TJP, I got to learn a lot from him too, man. I actually worked him at Warrior in a scramble match once. And he's one of my dream matches. He's one of those guys I want one-on-one, because he is one of the best cruiserweights in the world, man. And for him being a guy, like you said, that started as young as me, I would love to see what I'd be able to do now against a legend like him.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the concepts are endless, but that last man standing match does definitely intrigue me. Yeah. Now, when it comes to, adversity with in terms of storytelling, especially in the indies, it's very hard to build stories.
Sure.
But if you, like you said, if they are built correctly, they shine.
100%.
What is one of the things that Warrior Wrestling, or one of the best kind of, I guess, inner working storylines within Warrior that you enjoyed thus far as your time as champion?
So far, I mean, the stuff I've been doing with Frank the Clown's been fun. They've been giving me a lot of promo time, and I feel like when you're able to talk on a microphone, you're able to sell a story better. Because sometimes fans, you can watch matches, but when you actually invest story time in it and, like, tell the story with your voice, it hits people differently. Like, for example, the last few weeks, I just worked Matt Cardona last week, and the way I built that match, sold out the show, got them pay-per-view buys, just for my promos. And my promos were just me crying about Zack Ryder being dead. He was like, Zack Ryder's dead. And it was like, the first one was me crying. And the second video I did was a music video, like saying I miss Zack Ryder. And then the third video was me in a cemetery saying, Zack Ryder's dead, well, the fan in me is too. And then I let Cardona know who I am.
Exactly.
And that hit people, and it got people to care. And literally, before the match even started, first time we were ever in the ring, we had a This Is Awesome chant before we even touched.
Absolutely.
So.
And it was awesome because you know what? I'll be honest with you. Those promos got me.
Oh, thank you.
I bought it based off that, but I love the fact that you went comedic,
Yep.
kind of insulting,
Yep.
then very dark.
Exactly.
You progressed in a story arc that a lot of actors can't even pull off.
Yes, sir.
You did a trilogy
Yeah.
within 15 minutes total camera time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you. I think the Actors Guild should be put on notice here that we got to get you in the union.
I need to be in Hollywood.
I believe it. I mean, I think Hollywood would be blessed to have you.
I agree. I agree.
If you were in Hollywood and you could play a superhero, which superhero, like if you could be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, maybe someone that hasn't had camera time yet, who would the blessed one play in the Marvel movies if he could? Or DC? It's up to you.
It's hard.
There's a lot of options.
Could it be a guy that has a movie now?
It could be. You could revamp the character. Absolutely. Characters are revamped all the time.
I feel like I'd be a pretty good Spider-Man.
I was just going to say that.
I would be a good Spider-Man. I think I have the personality for Tony Stark, so I would definitely do Iron Man too.
I think you can pull that off.
I could pull off the new Iron Man.
And you actually are taller than Robert Downey Jr. So
Surprisingly!
It's pretty funny when you think about it, eh? You're like, dude, you play one of the most badass characters on the planet, but you're like 5'1".
Exactly.
And not a shot at Robert Downey Jr. at all. We love Tony Stark. Don't worry. I'm sure that if he sees this in passing, he'll be like, yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
I've got $80 trillion in the bank.
Exactly. He's
I'm
good.
okay. Insult my head all you want. I'm good.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to downtime for the blessed one, what do you do? What do you do for downtime when you're not wrestling, when you're not traveling all over the world, when you're not blessing the world with your appearances? What did Casey do for fun?
Honestly, man, it's Miami Heat games. That's what I do.
You are a big Heat fan.
Big Miami Heat.
You know that we kind of have heat for that, though, right?
Why? Who's your team?
Because, well, no, I'm a Raptor guy, and Chris Bosh did leave us for sunny pastures.
But hey, we got him some championships.
No, absolutely not. Listen,
we did that for him.
You did do that for him. You did that. No, but I appreciate the Heat, especially Dwayne Wade, legend in the game.
That's my favorite player
all time, hands down. We cannot forget too that don't forget Shaq did help Dwayne Wade get a championship
100%,
too.
100%.
Miami's in a rebuilding stage, much like the Raptors are now.
Yes, sir.
Where do you think they need to work on? I mean, and just as a fan perspective, because fans talk, like I can tell you right now, the Raptors desperately need some help in the paint.
Sure.
Our point is solid, but we could use some help on the wings and in the paint. I'm not going to lie.
Sure. I think the Heat need height. Like when we played the Celtics last year in the Eastern Conference Final, I was there for every home game. The thing that the Celtics had on us was height, because the Heat are not a very tall team. Very young, very good, but not very tall. Right. I mean, like Bam's like what, 6'9", maybe.
I want to say he's 6'7".
Yeah, 6'7". So like, and then you're looking at the guys on the Celtics, where guys are like 6'9" and up.
Yeah.
Like they're beasts. So I would say that.
6'5".
Yeah,
that
exactly.
sucks.
Exactly. And our point guard is 6 foot. You know what I mean?
They listed Kyle Lowry as 6'1". We both know that's not the truth.
He's 6 foot.
I know he's 6 foot.
I met him.
Is he
He's
really?
6 foot.
Is he really?
He's definitely 6 foot.
He looks so tiny on
He's
there.
definitely 6 foot. Because he's definitely taller than me.
Yeah.
But not as tall as everybody else.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like I met Caleb Martin, and Caleb Martin's tall.
Caleb Martin is ridiculous.
And he's great.
Yeah, I heard he's one of the nicest guys in the world.
He really is. Super humble dude.
That's what you got to love. You got to love when the humbleness of someone, the true nature of a human being comes out. Like you could be gifted, you can be great, you can be well-rounded in everything. But if you're just an asshole of a human being, what's the point?
Exactly.
What does Casey Navarro's legacy want to be when he's all said and done, when his time in wrestling is up? And I know it's a long ways away, long ways away. But when you look at what you've done so far in your career, and it's impressive as hell. And then you look at what the next stage of your career is, because let's be honest, 25 is around the corner. Yeah. We're looking at the next stage of the career. You want to level up, you want to evolve.
Yes,
what are the goals for Casey Navarro by the time he's 25 that he's maybe set for himself? Because I know you're a go-getter.
Sure.
You've set goal. You were probably like 15, I'm training. 18, I want to have my first match. Yep. Yada, yada, yada. Boom. 23, I'm going to be a world champion. And I think you've hit all your boxes. Sure. So what's the next goals you have planned for yourself?
Next thing is to be on global television weekly. That is the next goal.
So you want to bless the TV audience.
Yeah, I literally bless the world now. I think I'm definitely ready. There was a time where I would tell people, I don't think I'm ready. I think now I'm ready. I feel confident.
The confidence in you is there now.
100%.
Where it necessarily wasn't always before.
Yeah, never.
Which is surprising because, like I said, when you're in the ring, you ooze.
Yeah.
To be Razor Ramon right now, you ooze the machismo.
Yeah, exactly. So I have set a lot of goals. I mean, I was bullied my whole life for loving wrestling. Started training at 15. 2 weeks later, made my debut. It was pretty fast. Everything moved pretty fast. Got kicked out of wrestling school 4 months in. It was on my own ever since. So I think now for the first time after all the experience I've had, doing AEW, doing Impact, wrestling guys like Leo Rush, Shane Strickland, Buddy Murphy, Matt Cardona, Will Ospreay, list goes on.
Except Zack Ryder, you never got to wrestle Zack Ryder.
I never got. Actually, Zack Ryder did appear in that match.
He did.
He did appear. He did appear.
You are right. He did.
I put the wig on. He was back for a hot second. Did he get mad? Yes, but he was back for a second. But yeah, I think I'm ready for that next level, whenever that is. I just leave that in God's hands. Until then, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, defend this world title, and being the best of the best.
Absolutely. I thank you so much for the time.
No,
honestly,
you,
my dude, you're now a member of the Straight Talk family. Anytime you want to come back, you can do it again. And I can't wait to see because I know that match is going to be an absolute barn burner tonight. Guys, Destiny World Wrestling, we're live. We're in the house. A lot of interviews coming throughout the next couple of weeks here. So peace, love, and wrestling. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on that notification bell so you get notified each time we post a video. Alternatively, you can check us out on all podcast platforms and hosted on Podbean. We are also available on the SNME network. That's the Sunday Nights Main Event Patreon. Please feel free to check us out there as well. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at _Straight Talk on Twitter, at Straight Talk Wrestling on Instagram, Straight Talk Wrestling on Facebook, Straight Talk Wrestling on TikTok, and of course, you can check out all our merch at ProWrestlingTees.com.
I don't need a nigga cosign. Without the liquor, you become a victim. You ain't never got a pole mine. I ain't messing with this generation. Fuck your gen, I ain't got.